Previously on Deck of Many Aces. I don't know where you've got her, but you've taken her somehow.
My god. Okay, I think I know what's going on here.
Well, could you explain to us?
We'll do this one at a time. Hey, remember how people have been shifting between planes? There's no reason why I don't know what to call you, this person, Iona, and Ophelia couldn't have switched.
Morelta, what are you doing here?
Dad, it's you!
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Listen, I'm not going to be angry.
It will be fine. And it's not something that you can fix.
Who are you? I saw you in some kind of dream, but I think there's more to it than that.
And it doesn't seem to be coming from a person. It's more like psychic residue. The response you get is a snarling, angry scream. Welcome to Deck of Many Aces, an actual play podcast made with actual asexuals.
My boams were filled with noodle mouth.
Oh yeah, noodle wham.
Noodle wham. We are a group of people with noodles in our mouths.
No, we're not. We're an asexual podcast.
Yeah.
With noodles in our mouths.
With noodles in our mouths.
If you know what I mean.
Good noodles. We identify someone on the aromantic or asexual spectrum, and we are playing 5th edition D&D with a twist. The twist is there's noodles. The noodles are noodles. There's no hidden meaning. It's just noodles.
Euphemism? I barely know her.
This is already such chaos. I don't need to tell you about past, present, and future. You all know by now. And if you don't, go back and listen to episode 1 and enjoy the very weird marketing technique that we've used that we've barely touched subsequently, but I swear is still in my brain. I'm Ellie. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be your DM today, your demisexual megabyte.
Hey, that was fast.
Computer.
Wow.
It was because you said it like 5 minutes before we started recording, and I went, megabyte! It starts with M! Like a very sane person and not completely unhinged. Do you want to introduce yourselves while I sip some drink?
Hello, my name is Am, and I play Tasia Atherdale, the party battle master fighter. We both use she, her pronouns, and I am currently having maybe the best ramen I've ever had in my life. That my roommate made me. It's
jealous.
So good.
Can you send me some in the post, please?
I think it'd be a bit wet, but I'll do my best. And I'm also drinking. Okay. I went to Lidl earlier today for all the British people who listen, and I got a really nice bottle of rosé, which I'm currently on. That was like £4.99, and it's delicious.
Ooh.
Nice.
Well, I am Chloe, and I'm not drinking rosé, sadly. But I play Raina Riftwood, a tabaxi bard, and we both use she, her pronouns. And yeah, everything is fine. Raina's fine. Don't ask her. She's fine.
Oh god, yeah, because of what happened last time. Lol.
I enjoyed.
What do you mean? What happened last time?
Delphi and Morgan. I wonder what happened last time. Delphi and Raina are having like a really like dramatic time, and like Morgan and Toz are here like la 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 la.
I'm not sure Delphi's having a dramatic time. More like
simply vibing.
For context, dear listeners, those of us who are not Raina or the DM still have not listened to the end of of the preceding episode because we all turned our
and we value
headphones
integrity.
off and we have no idea what happened.
I thought you were just going to say, for content, dear listeners, listen to the last episode. It was explained there.
But yeah, I will listen right along with you and be.
Yeah, I mean, do what you
interested.
want, but like, if you haven't listened to the episodes in order, why is this your first episode, buddy? Like, what are you doing? Go back to episode 1.
I get starting at the Spicy Forest, but like,
I mean, you could start after the
rewind.
Spicy Forest. That's a good place to start.
Okay,
Is it?
Yeah,
I'm going to interrupt you.
Please continue.
This is
Continue.
rambling. I'm Eiriol, and I am playing Delphi, who is a Growfolk warlock. I use she/they pronouns, and Delphi uses she/her pronouns. I don't have any rosé either. I don't know what to say. I'm not funny.
You're literally the funniest person I know.
Don't be
That
stupid.
wasn't me
True,
looking for
but
compliments.
okay.
That was me saying a fact.
I was also stating a fact. Ariel's the funniest person that I
It's
know.
not true.
Correct fact.
Eiriol is the funniest person on the
No, Ariel is the funniest person on the podcast. Sorry,
All
guys.
of the great one-liners have been Delphi
This is
one-liners.
Yeah, see,
This is
this is the
true.
thing. Delphi is the funniest person that I've made up.
Ellie, you're a close second, though. Don't worry.
Oh no, that's not what I was saying at all. I was just like, I think you've all been funny at different points.
Yeah, but
Yes,
Eiriol's
you-
the funniest.
You're all hilarious. Eiriol.
Ariel is the funniest.
Eiriol's probably the funniest.
We're all hilarious, but Eiriol's the funniest.
This is probably
This
true.
is
The hilarious.
this is unfair. This is a hate crime.
If anything, it's a love crime.
That's,
Oh
that's got another
Oh.
word.
I
commitment
I
on
didn't
this
think that
podcast.
through before I said it.
Yeah, that's
no!
got
Love crime!
I'm going to turn it into a real hate crime. Calling trans femme people funny is a hate crime because you don't value their inherent, like, womanhood. You're just, like, you're
Oh,
reducing them to being
boo.
funny.
because you're not calling them sexy,
No.
and that's the only choice.
No, wait. You can't call a trans femme person funny because women aren't funny.
You have to cut all of this out, Ellie.
No! Keep it in. This is great. This is the best
Clip-
discourse we've had.
We're going to
For
clip
expanded
that
context,
and
dear
put it in our
listeners,
promo.
We had to get started immediately with our recording today instead of spending half an hour just wasting time talking about absolute
It's not
nonsense.
wasting
so all our
time.
nonsense is
Hate
coming out
crimes.
on
Are
it.
you suggesting
This-
hate crimes on it? Before?
Anyway,
this
moving on.
specifically is an example of how it's
On-
not wasting time, because if we don't do it before the podcast, we do it in the podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. I'm honking the horn that says this is a tangent. And then I'm resting us back on track. I am
Thanks, Dad.
Katie, and what?
Thanks, Dad.
You're very welcome. I'm Katie. I use she, her, them pronouns, and I play Morgan, who is a wizard, a tiefling wizard specifically. I think that's all of our intros done.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cheers.
Ellie, set the atmospheric setting. Go.
I was actually going to say what happened last time, but I think we've discussed that a little bit.
I
Yeah.
have notes.
We were on.
I'd love to know what happened
Um,
last time, bestie.
See?
It was night, and something happened.
We discovered that Delphi is actually a human
In a wooden trench coat.
and loves to eat.
No.
things.
Actually happened.
Delphi is
was.
Raina's a warlock and Delphi's Raina's patron.
Lol.
Yeah. And then what we'll find out later down the line is that I was going to say Am is Delphi's patron. A real life player.
You
Am
joke.
Is our character's patron.
But in one of the podcasts Ellie and I listen to, they like regularly call up one of the cast members
Yes!
in fiction. It's very
so
good.
Well, what actually happened
Beth
was we
May,
went to
my
the
queen.
Spicy Forest because we were leaving the Clockwork City. That's
Clockwork
the one.
City.
And we spoke to Delphi's dad. Melt.
Delphi's dead.
It's my
It's
dad.
my dad.
I forgot he was called Mel.
Delphi's dad has got it going on.
And he told Raina lots of stuff about
Yes.
Assus Orbis.
Hmm.
And then Delphi had a secret chat.
Redacted.
And then Tozia had to go at Delphi for not being family oriented.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. And Tamara enchanted Toz's hammer, so now it goes back to her.
Yeah, which is great because that means I'm going to do some absolute. Oh, I
Mischief?
can't think of any descriptor that's not a swear word. Mischief.
Mischief.
Skullduggery.
So, you all awake The next morning, some
Alive?
of you have had some good conversations. Others have had some good conversations of a different variety.
Oh my
looking at
goodness.
you, Raina.
A different genre.
It's fine.
Of a different genre.
Different flavour.
Tamara kind of rounds everybody up, and you begin to make the very last part of your journey, which is just a few hours, towards Atis Orbis, Catgirl City. Is there anything you would like to do on the journey?
I don't think so. Do I? I think like Toz is just. She's done her letter writing, so she's probably just like, wait. Oh, I need to attune to the weapon, so I will do that.
Were you not attuning to the weapon? I've been
something-
editing the
something else.
episode but one.
The rig or
recently.
something.
You were attuning to the weapon while Morgan was talking about time theory and the grandfather paradox.
Oh, sick. Then no worries.
If there is no on the road business,
We did.
then
We
we
did
will.
that already, I think.
We did do on the road business. I just wanted to check.
Orb, if you will.
Sorry.
Orb, if you will.
Oh, boo!
That's what the orb in Atis Orbis stands for.
That's what it means by pondering your orb. It's on the road
Yeah.
business.
Yeah, on the road business.
Okay, so
That's a meme I've got to create now. I need to write this down. Right?
T-shirt,
Sorry.
t-shirt idea. T-shirt idea.
the absolute carnage. So Tamara and Bree at the front of the roaming herds lead you back as the sun is rising over what starts off as sort of lush and verdant hills and becomes slowly arid desert, and you arrive into the desert city of Atis Orbis, Catgirl City. Tamara leads
Full circle.
the herd full circle. Wow. Narrative complete. Back to where you started. Tamara leads you. I was going to say it feels like the end of the story, except it's not the end of the story. It's like a chapter of the story. It's just that it's taken us a year to record this.
This single episode. This is how difficult
Well, it's been a
recording
year
is
and
being
4
single
months, Ellie.
episode.
Didn't take me to a year to record this. I didn't do Spicy Forest.
That's true. Tamara leads you back to the spot where you first met the herds. Kind of turns to you, Toz, and says, "So, I'm gonna meet Bastet at some point later on today, but I mean, can you just pass on to her that I'm looking forward to a meeting with her? There's a lot I think we've got to discuss."
Yes, absolutely. No worries.
And I'll see you all around, I guess.
Yeah, I'll see you around. Listen, I will probably be going. We're going on a ship now. I think maybe.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Right.
So I will probably be gone for a bit, but when we get back, I'll let you know.
I'd really appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah.
She
Cool.
does finger guns, but like a third one with the trunk.
Oh, that's so cute.
How does
Yeah,
that
I'm sorry.
work?
No.
So you do
You
two
know how
finger
trunks-
guns.
Trunks
You
don't
do
have
even have-
thumbs.
Yeah, but you can point. You can point with it.
Do a little like L shape, like
Yeah.
a little.
That's not. How do you do an L
doesn't-
shape
I'm
with
sorry.
a trunk?
You could just point.
Do finger
just-
guns look like real guns, or do they
Yes.
look like our fingers' best?
A
No,
bit.
they don't. They look like our fingers' best approximation of
Fight!
a gun.
Fight!
So what
I'll
Toz is
shoot you
actually
with my
doing here
finger
is just
guns.
she's just flaring her nostrils at Tamara.
No,
That's
she's
what's going on.
She's pointing her trunk straight, and then
Yeah.
like doing
Yeah,
two.
she just has
She's
an
just
extra,
like
extra muscles in
threateningly
the nose.
pointing a trunk at you. It's like that's the equivalent of saying I'm doing finger guns when you point directly at someone.
Tamara thinks it's cute.
I do want to let Eiriol and Katie know I'm sincerely sorry for not including realism in our Dungeons and Dragons podcast.
Thank you.
That's of course the most important concern. It's whether elephant trunks can
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
do that.
Ellie, you're the
Absolutely.
DM. Can Loxodon trunks do finger guns?
Yes.
Yay!
Yes.
Cool.
Completely. 100%.
I'm leaving the podcast. This is it. This is the only thing.
You're going on strike.
Next scene.
Yeah. Tamara turns to the rest of you and is like, it's been a real pleasure traveling with you all, and well, I won't forget this journey anytime soon. I hope. Well, I wish you well for whatever you're doing next.
Thanks for the help.
No problem. Hopefully I'll see you around soon.
Do we do the thing where we say like, "Oh, bye," and then we end up having to walk the same way, and it's incredibly awkward?
I feel like.
I mean, they're on like the outside of the city, right just outside the city. So we will probably go in the city.
No, they actually they've taken you to like a central square because that's where the herds come to. That's like their kind of stopping point. Because remember we talked about it. It's it's like Trafalgar Square because it's got the giant lions, except they're just cats.
Yeah.
It's been so many years. It's been 84 years since we were in Catgirl City. Anyway, so Tamara, with a wave, turns away and sort of starts discussing things with Bree. What are your guys' plans? What are you going to do?
We need to...
Bastet for a debrief?
And speak to... Is that debrief with Bastet or just with us? I feel like we don't need to do a debrief with us.
Yeah, I think Toz is very much like, so just, checking in. We're going to go tell Bastet about...
See if we can get another payday.
Yeah, and then see, just let her know that we believe the best course of our investigation is to charter a ship and follow Raina's history.
Who's Bastet?
Oh!
Sorry, I forgot we are.
She's our boss, basically. She's our commander.
Right.
She's our commander.
Right.
Sorry, Iona.
It's alright. I stay quiet.
I feel like Morgan jumped 10 feet in the air.
Yeah. Morgan forgot about Iona's existence, and Iona was right behind us. So
Was 90% of the reason I decided to voice Iona then was because I'd also forgotten about her existence? Maybe, mayhaps.
It's fine.
Also, wouldn't Morgan jump and then start flying out of,
Jump flap!
Yeah.
Can you redo Iona's character sheet so that she's multi-class rogue?
Maybe.
That'd be so wild.
From our previous conversation, I would assume that you'd want to stay here in the city and work with Arois.
Yes, I think... Well, I'm quite torn, to be honest. If your organisation has a way for me to go back, then I'd like to do that, but... Well, while I'm here, I'd like to be of use to you all. So, I guess it depends.
I mean...
Well, I think...
Let's just see how the meeting goes, right, Raina? Raina, you need to... I know that you don't perhaps believe it, but I think the best course of action may be for you to big up, maybe even slightly exaggerate to Bastet how important you believe this sailing journey to be for our continued investigation.
Right, I can do that. I mean, it's a little scary, I'm not gonna lie.
What, Bastet or the sailing investigation? Or
No,
talking
You
to
telling me
somebody?
you've never lied to someone
just the idea of, I purposely didn't want you guys to sort of go near that place. But you're right, it's the only lead we got right now. Really.
Do you have reason to believe it will be especially
Exactly.
dangerous for us?
Oh no, I mean, by the looks of it, I imagine it probably won't be there.
Mm.
But if it was there, that's when it'd be dangerous.
I think will be dangerous for that place.
So just no one fall in any holes.
Respectfully, Raina, last time you were there, you hadn't faced a bunch of weird cat panther things, and murderous inventors and the like. I think.
Well, this is true. They are all very scary things.
Yeah, I think we've got a pretty good handle.
I tell you though, I did see a kraken once.
Really?
Okay,
No
well,
way.
it was just like a shadow and on the horizon. But my captain said that's a kraken, that is, and we went the other way. So
That
I think
sounds
I saw-
eminently sensible, but also a little bit boring
saw
from a
Kraken.
scientific perspective.
Fantasy lot mess. Is this what you saw? Was it a piece of wood?
I'd love to fight
What?
a kraken.
No.
You see a grow folk was
it was a kraken, I tell you.
Shall we go and have Iona's unofficial job interview and beg shamelessly for money?
I suppose.
They might already own a ship we can
What?
charter rather than having to use project funds for hiring one. Well,
You own a ship?
no. I say the project might have a ship.
Oh, okay.
right.
I don't own a ship.
Well, I wouldn't put it past you.
Well, I'm fairly sure that the family investments involves quite a bit of money in shipping over the years, but that's
I mean,
in the past.
in
Moving
theory,
on.
my family owns a ship, but in practice, I'm not supposed to use any of that stuff while I'm on this journey. So,
Why not?
Why's that?
well, because when you become of age in my city, if you are not born to one of the ruling families, you have to go into a bureaucracy for a year to sort of familiarize yourself and do your service to the city. I'm going to do the service to the city for my whole life, so this is the year where I'm supposed to go out and get experience and, you know, sort of understand lots of different types of people and communities, so I can be a good leader.
Gap year.
Yeah. Gap
Yeah. I've heard the Eiriol do a similar thing. I don't know, but yes. So, you know, part of that is we're supposed to sort of survive on our own. I was given some money to sort of feed myself for the first week or so, but you know, we're kind of supposed to be a bit self-sufficient, really. So, I mean, if Raina wants, I can ask.
I think we have past that
You
first.
Yeah, I mean, let's go. Let's go.
As we go to Bastet, Delphi sidles up to Raina and is like, boats and ships are the same thing, right? They're not different things.
Well, Delphi, I have a feeling. I mean, the answer is no, but I have a feeling that for you the answer is
Okay,
yes.
cool.
That isn't anything more confusing.
No, I get it. I get the idea
Yeah, I
of
don't want to confuse you.
subcategories and
They're two different types of the same
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
A
Basically.
boat is usually small and a ship is much bigger.
you can't hear any of this. This
That's
is
it.
a private conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe Morgan has exceptionally good hearing.
No.
You don't know. Do I have exceptionally good
Maybe
hearing?
Morgan's
I have
just
14
nosy.
passive perception, so maybe I do.
That's not
Morgan's a wizard.
exceptional.
You're right. She's just nosy.
She's just nosy. Oh my god.
Of course she's nosy.
We go to Bastet's office.
So, after a very, very brief wait, Scooter comes out and is like, "Oh, it is you. I'm glad to see you all again. I hope everything's been
I've
going
forgotten
well."
Scooter was in this game.
Me too, buddy.
Oh
And then
my
I just
God.
remembered and brought it back in.
Can I add a little character note that real life poor Scooter is wearing a cone of shame after a minor operation. So perhaps.
Oh my gosh, can Scooter in the game also be recovering
Yes,
from an injury
yes,
and be wearing
yes.
a cone, please?
I was gonna say maybe
Thank
the
you.
new fashion in Atlas Orbis is like
Ruff.
Elizabethan style ruffs.
Yeah, the right.
Yes.
The
So
rough
you
stuff.
can barely somebody who you recognize to be Scooter comes in, but you can't really see her face, like from over the cone, and her voice is kind of muffled, and she's like, "Yes, who am I speaking to? Oh, hang on, hello. I can see Tosia and Delphi over the. I've gone Scottish. God damn it. I can see Tosia, Russian. Tosia.
It's hard
the
to not
Russian,
say Tosia in a Scottish
and
accent.
Delphi over the cone. Do you like it? It's
Morgan
very
and I are here
interesting.
too.
Oh, I can hear you.
Did you break your neck?
No, why would you ask?
Well, why are you wearing that on your
Morgan,
face?
it's fashion. It's fashion, Morgan.
Well, yes, it is. It is the newest trend. Also, it helps me with my posture. To be honest with you, it helps me with my posture, which is not so good now because I spend half of my time out in the field and then the other half of the time at the desk, and it's not so good. Anyway, are you here to see Bastet?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
I will go and speak to her and see if I can get you in quickly as possible. Good day. You should try these ruffs, by the way. They're great for your posture, and they. To be fair, I can't see much aside from the sky and tall people, but you know, I think that's really good for your mental health. Anyway, I'm gonna go.
Is she just looking straight up? She's just looking straight
She
up in
is.
the air.
That one. When she goes, Tosia's like, she's kind of weird. You guys noticed?
I don't understand Atlas Orbis fashions.
Neither do I, and I've lived here a long time.
I'm glad we're all normal.
That was an out of character laugh, not an in character laugh. In character, Morgan nods solemnly. I think I just said Morgan.
Norgan.
Ignore that.
Noggin.
Ignoring that.
Scooter returns and brings you all into Bastet's office and kind of like bows a little bit on the way out, which at first seems like an over formality, but then you realise it's just to be able to see the door over the cone. And Bastet sort of barely represses a sigh and says, "It's good to see you all again. Who are you?" Oh, I'm Iona. I'm pleased to meet you. I'm Torsia's. Well, I'll let them explain.
Yes, so, sorry, that was a really weird voice.
Yes.
Yes.
Small issue. Do you remember that, like, castle situation? The random castle in the middle of nowhere situation?
The hostage situation. Yes, I heard from Tamara, and also you yourselves reported that you got the hostage out safely. Is this the hostage?
Yes and no.
It's
So,
a kind of an accidental time travel situation.
yeah.
Not
So
our
I don't know how brushed up you are on your history of my people, but there was a pretty big battle there about 5 years ago.
Yes, I'm aware.
During that battle, my aunt, Iona, kind of gestures to her, who I haven't seen in 5 years, she was in the middle of that battle and she disappeared and was suddenly in the castle. And the castle was from 5 years in the future, and they had books there that were from the future.
Very time travel.
And so they both, one jumped forward, one jumped back.
It was definitely
it seems
a phenomenon
fine.
that is pertinent to our investigations here, I think.
Yeah, the castle went back.
We left its owner with it.
I've spoken with Iona, and she's quite keen to go back. When we're wondering if you have the resources to help, but obviously if you don't, she's just gonna give us a hand.
I think we need to help
essentially.
find the resources to do that. I don't think it's sending someone back in time is currently within the wheelhouse of our technological capabilities. Correct me if I'm wrong, DM.
Not that I know.
Respectfully, our OAs have a lot of things going on that we don't know about.
I am one of the world's foremost expert in time magic.
And?
This is a time travel thing.
You're telling me that she is from the past?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And there were castles from the future?
Just the one castle, actually.
Well, it was a kind of a
Actually, there
complex. So I've forgotten that we hadn't had this conversation. I thought we debriefed at some point, but we hadn't.
We sort of we hinted at it with the Raven.
Okay.
Hinting with the Raven is my new.
Yes. There was a very.
Yeah, perhaps I should do the Ravens from now
Yeah,
on.
I think so. I'm not very good at being I don't know, subtle.
There was.
When you
Oh well, neither am I, but I can get my
when
point
you
across.
sent the Raven,
thanks.
I understood that it was slightly more complex than we'd originally been led to believe, but multiple castles
It was a sort of
transported
large
through time.
complex. Yes.
Yeah. Which actually, this brings us onto our next point, which is we do have a lead.
Oh, fantastic! So you know who might be responsible.
Toshi
I
just
don't
gestures to Raina.
Yes and no.
She's like, everyone shut up! Everyone shut up! Just let Raina talk.
That did sound like you were saying Raina's responsible.
I don't think any individual is. I don't think this is within the regular bounds of magic. I do not think this is
No.
a wizard doing this, or even
Oh,
5 wizards.
I disagree. I think
Okay.
somebody's messing around and it's causing side effects. But I'm not. Some
It's not
kind of
within
expert.
current technological capabilities of sentient beings. Maybe the gods are doing.
Yeah,
something,
I did.
don't
I
know.
said someone. I didn't say like a human person.
Oh yeah, I'm saying that if it is a person responsible, it is a person on the scale of a god, not a scale of a me.
Of a wizard.
I'm not the big
Of
bad
me.
here.
That sounds
am
oddly
I?
suspicious.
Sure about that?
Morgan.
Yeah, Toja kind of rolls her eyes. She's starting to get a little huffy with Morgan, for sure.
Like, I just want to be
You want to
clear,
combat
like,
this
that's the
episode.
scale of the potential threat we're dealing with, not some people.
Sure.
Goodness.
Anyway, Raina, you were saying?
Yes, well, Bastet, you know my reference that you got?
Captain Sterling,
and
yes.
You thought it was a bit odd?
Yes.
That'd be because, well, anything that was in that reference that I done did took place about 70 years ago.
I'm sorry, what?
And I ended up here somehow. So I guess I time travelled.
Somehow? Would you care to be more specific?
Well, I'd love to. What is my accent doing? I went.
Yaya, is that you?
I was like, halfway through the last sentence, I was like, why am I Dick Van Dyking this? You're better than this.
Dick Van Dyke is not a swear word, Mr. Ofcom.
Anyway, what was the question? I've forgotten.
Do you want to be more specific?
Well, I'd love to, but well, I don't remember.
So that
Except
about crystals and a whole.
We think there's an
Yeah.
island that causes time travel, and we want to go there.
Well,
I fell in an hole and I came out on the beach, just outside the city,
Right.
and that's all I know. But I know where the hole was, and there could be something there.
And you and
so we would like to go to the island where Raina here experienced this phenomenon.
well,
Experience the whole.
no.
No,
The
no.
whole experience.
No.
occurred.
No. Seeing as we don't have any other leads currently,
Well, that was my thinking exactly.
yes, I don't see why not. The question remains though, what to do with you? And she gestures at Iona.
We don't think we have a way to send Iona back yet. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I don't think I am wrong.
Arroway certainly doesn't. That kind of technology is far beyond what we know at the moment.
Can I insight check Bastet?
Yeah.
I just want to get a read on, like, how heavy her scientific interest is, and if Tosia should be concerned.
There's no concern to be required about scientists.
I
Scientists never
rolled
do
a
anything
4.
unethical.
I don't. What's that? Is insight, wisdom?
Wisdom.
I believe. Let me check. That's either going to be a 0 or a -1.
Oof.
So that's a that's probably a 3 or a 4. I do just need to double check.
Yeah, no worries.
It's unlikely to be a plus
because I don't have my
7,
level
though, right?
7. Yeah, no, it's not going to be plus in any way. Wisdom's +1.
Ah!
My only minus is charisma, so that's 5.
You can't tell if Bastat's telling the whole truth or not.
I'm just going to, like, very quietly put my hand on the handle of my maul.
Hey everyone, it's Ellie here. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. If you are, please consider checking out our supporter Acast link. This is like a virtual tip jar where you can just give us a little bit of a thank you in financial form. We obviously accept thank yous in non-financial forms, and you are in no way obligated to do this. It would just be a nice cool thing. All the proceeds of that go towards things like making a web domain, investing in merch, and also compensating the lovely, lovely PCs that I have on this show, because they're great, and they deserve all the love and all the riches in the world. You can find that at supporter.acast.com/deck of many aces, with spaces in between the words. There's also a link right at the bottom of the episode description. Also, Do you have a podcast, TTRPG product, or Twitch stream that you think that the listeners of this podcast might be interested in? If you do, then why not use this space to advertise it? If you're interested in advertising your product here, get in contact with us at deckofmanyaces@gmail.com. Enjoy the rest of the show!
Wow, okay.
You really did want
That was out
combat
of
this
character.
session.
Fight Bastet!
This is when
Don't
we find
fight
out
Bastet.
Bastet is the big bad, and we skip half the campaign.
Big Bastet!
The big bad Stet.
We don't have the technology to facilitate that. I suppose if there are things cropping up from the future, who knows what kind of power they have access to. There's every possibility that somebody from the future could help us in the past. That would be incredibly
Toz,
beneficial.
Show her the raven. Show her the posh raven that we got from the
Ah, yes.
Toji gives Raina a look and, like, very reluctantly shows the raven.
The posh raven?
from the castle. He gave us the updated version of the raven.
It's what's his face? Posh Edgar Allan Poe.
Vega Camarias.
Did you say posh Edgar Allan Poe?
Yes.
She's not wrong.
We also have the remains of the robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the broken robot is cooler than the carrier raven. So
Yeah,
probably...
but Raina's stupid.
Yeah, but
Bastet holds out her hands for the advanced raven. Tosia, are you giving it to her?
Yeah, very annoyed.
She takes it in and I'm dumb. I'm just dumb. I forgot my dice. I'm gonna get Bastet to do an insight check on you, Toz, to see if she picks up on the fact that you're miffed.
Oof. And is holding your maul. Like.
Lol.
Yeah, so you hand Bastet the raven. She kind of holds it up to the light a little bit, like, and is kind of turning it over, fascinated, like you would if you had a piece of technology from 5 years in the future. It's advanced enough that she can tell that it's not from today, but it's not beyond the realm of her imagination.
So it's like an iPhone 20.
It's like
a
iPhone
millimeter
20.
thick. It's got 15 cameras.
You can
no
roll it up
ports
and
at all.
stick it in your
Okay,
pocket.
I do want to say, think of 5 years in the past and what was the thing then. It's actually not that wildly impressive. Like, it's just slightly large. No, in that case, it's actually a phone would be slightly smaller than it is today.
Yeah.
But I'm sure here it's very wildly impressive.
Yeah, it's reasonably impressive. And she looks up at you, Toz, and says, I'll promise I'll take good care of it. I can send it off to the lab and we can do some tests on it. Perhaps we can even modify our own technology to match it.
Of course, that's probably where it came from in the first place.
Reverse engineer. Don't bootstrap paradox me this morning.
You might be right. There's not really much we can do for you, I'm sorry. Iona, was it? Although we've made some advancements in the field of time travel, we don't have the resources to send a person into the past, and even if we did, we'd have no way of knowing that you got there safely, and, well, I don't believe it would reflect well on the city of Atisorbus or on Project Arrowace if we were to experiment recklessly.
I let go of my maul when she says that.
This is a good segue, actually, because we did go and do some more stuff, and I think there's some people that we met that might be of use to you that could help.
Oh?
Well, we went to Clockwork City.
Do you remember the people we had arrested?
Yes, I heard about the Turans.
Well, they had a lot of stuff. And the university, there's Felicity there, and she's working on, like, gravity stuff. And Morgan said once that time and gravity are related, although I don't know for the life of me how.
It's complicated.
So she might be able to help you. She's very enthusiastic.
She's certainly someone to I would like to maintain a good working relationship with, and would probably be beneficial to have on the books, so to speak.
That's true. Although our area of expertise certainly isn't in time magic, if what you're saying is true, it sounds like whatever we are dealing with, these unusual occurrences have some kind of root in something temporal, in which case it might be worth us looking into it a little more.
Well, it's hard to know, I suppose, because the other things we've seen have seemed very much like the boundaries between the planes of reality breaking down. So it is unclear whether it's total collapse of some kind of essential fabric of reality. See, I've completely forgotten what Felicity told us about what she found. What did Felicity tell us?
Let's see what I wrote down.
I was going to say, let me see what I wrote down in my notes. The crux of it is that the way that time works has changed within the last few months, and that it used to be on a single continuum where, broadly speaking, you couldn't move things in the past or into the future by more than, a small increment, as is dictated by your time magic and the constraints of that. And now, that's no longer the case, and time is behaving differently.
There's global phenomena, not just local microscopic phenomena.
As far as has been observed, yes.
Sorry, obviously the stuff Morgan can do is not microscopic, but I was thinking about quantum physics.
Yeah, this is the problem with doing this with people who actually know science stuff.
But there's the whole thing about microscopic versus macroscopic phenomena when it comes to tunneling and
not quantum tunneling, just normal tunneling.
I feel like Katie is the embodiment of that meme where it's like, I wonder if he's thinking about me, and then it's just like quantum physics, tunneling, macroscopic.
Yes!
Mostly I've been thinking about the book I was reading about arthropods the other week. Really good book.
Tangent.
Tangent.
Big
tangent. Yeah, Bastet. Okay, so Bastet says, I'm not really sure what to do about you, Iona. It's really in your hands and in the hands of all of you. Whether you'd prefer to stay here, and we can try our best to accommodate you, but beyond that, there's not really much we can do. Or whether you'd prefer to go to wherever this place is, and see if there's answers there.
Considering that Iona is very experienced fighter and tactician and such, pending obviously the appropriate background checks, she may be able to assist if anything comes up while we are otherwise occupied. I do not know if you have any other task forces established.
Iona was the second best general in the Guimara's armed forces. I don't think she should need a background check.
Well, no, I mean, not background check so much as checking the records to verify if they were not otherwise familiar that she does in fact exist and was a very good general.
You say she's
the wildest backpedal I've ever heard.
Just just making sure that I can't think of any appropriate generals now in real life, but that whoever it was existed.
You're a general. Yes.
A general of what?
Well, I understand if you would rather go with this party, but there's I wouldn't say an ongoing situation, but a situation that we have been tasked to keep abreast of, over by what's the name of this friggin' town?
Which
Wait,
one?
Look at the map. Look at the map.
Looking at
What's
the map. Looking at
what's
the
the-
map. Looking at the
Which
map.
species is it?
Dragonborn. You all went there.
Oh,
Tepmet.
Tapmat! Thank you.
yeah.
Well, there's an...
Is there a floating child
There's
again?
no, nothing of... There's an ongoing
Are you
situation...
going to send someone else to kill a floating child?
No.
How could you? How could you
For the
betray
last
Delphi?
time, we're not killing any children.
There's no nothing of that severity, but in Tepmet, obviously, you all made us aware of the Displacer Beast situation, and well, obviously we have some people stationed there to make sure it doesn't get out of hand. Having an experienced fighter would be of great use for us in case something amiss did crop up there again. We're sort of keeping quite a vigilant eye on it. If that's all right with you, I mean, I'm happy to. I'd like to see all of you, but and she can't. Iona turns to the rest of you. To be honest, I feel beyond my abilities to protect you. I feel like what you're doing, it's a wee bit out of my depth. Perhaps I'm better suited to protecting a town. That sounds well within my capabilities.
There's quite a nice young innkeeper who was, a bartender really, who was helpful for us.
Oh yes, he could use some training.
Yeah, if you tell him he knows us, no, wait, was. Tell
If you tell him that
you know us,
yeah,
probably get a free beer.
He'd really love to meet you.
Well, I won't turn down a free beer. All right, I guess that's decided then.
For now, at least, I suppose.
Yes, I feel like that's an excellent use of our resources. So you four are going to explore this island with a hole? Did you say?
Yeah.
yes.
Well, about that,
No
we-
chance of a ship.
Yeah.
I mean, Arrow Ace isn't in possession of a ship. I can give you some gold towards acquiring a ship for yourselves. Unfortunately,
Well, we might not need a whole ship for ourselves. I mean, 4 people can't exactly sail a ship very easily, especially when most of us are not experienced sailors. But if we could get some passage to go past there, or find someone that would be willing to go check it out, that's probably the ideal
I don't know if
situation.
anyone is like fishing in the region. I have absolutely no idea, but
Or perhaps
Might be
any
going
insane thrill seeker adventure types.
well, I mean, I'll give you the address of a ship in the port, which could be useful. I have no idea if they're going to be there or not, but I'll pass this on to you anyway. And here's my note of recommendation, and some gold for your troubles as well. And she gives you, she hands probably Raina 50 gold.
Thank you.
is that enough for a ship? I don't. How much is it for berth on a ship?
Yeah, good question.
I don't know. I think it's probably like 500
sure?
gold.
Let Chloe look up the price of ship in the dungeon master.
What's a banana cost?
It's definitely not
No, I-
going to be 500 gold, because that's like magic item levels.
Yeah.
That was a character choice because
Yeah.
Toz is very rich and doesn't
Yeah, I was
understand
gonna say,
how money
that sounds
works. Yeah.
Wildly in character. But Delphi
I
doesn't
will
know.
also say
Delphi's-
that one of you has a feature called Ship's Passage, which allows you free access.
I do have that ship's passage, yes.
I can give you more gold if you'd like.
No, I'm just trying.
Yes-
I
yes,
just want to
please.
see. Because I have a weird interest in this. I just want to see how much like a ship is in the rules, just to like get a
Like a whole
get
ship.
Yeah, to get like a ballpark figure.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
It's like in the platinum range.
Yeah, to buy a ship is very expensive, but
Yeah,
that's...
I wouldn't think we'd buy a ship, but I just
But I
wanted
think
to make sure
passage
we
on it
weren't
is
saying
considerably low.
500 gold, and then it's like not that much to buy a ship.
I think it would be like 50 gold per person.
I'm sorry. I would give you one of the Atus Orbis militia boats, but unfortunately, well, even though we're part of the government body, it's important for us to remain distinct and separate, and, well, the military has quite a zealous hold over those ships in case they're ever needed for anything. So, unfortunately, as much as we'd like to dispense of some of their budget and be able to reassign it to you and through a ship, I doubt we'll be able to get them to part with one.
That is more than okay. I was not expecting you to do that, but we can try and find some passage somewhere, I'm sure.
In any case, I'll give you an extra, and in fairness, there's still the hostage situation to be accounted for, so, why don't I give you each another 100 gold and we'll call it even?
That sounds perfectly
how
amenable.
much we can haggle it down.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, Raina.
Raina has so much money, she does not know what to do.
Okay, adding extra 100 gold.
After we leave... Oh, yes, I need to add 100 gold. After we leave the thing, Toz is going to be like, would you like me to look after that gold for you, Raina?
Oh, no, I'm alright. I just never seen this much in my life.
Also,
bless you.
Delphi is the party treasurer. How dare you?
Raina knows a pirate when she sees one.
I have the 25 party gold on my character sheet.
Yeah.
For context, a sailing ship is 10,000 GP. A rowboat, however, is 50.
That's 10 platinum.
Yeah.
Jeez, damn.
But that's to
Well,
buy.
you're not buying a boat.
Yeah, to buy
We
it
could just
outright.
buy a rowboat.
No,
I'm not buying a rowboat.
we would die immediately.
I take it you've all left Bastet's office at this
Yes.
point.
Yeah, I think Toz is gonna kind of turn to Iona and be like, you probably have to sort things out for your journey. But
Yes, I'm not used to being, well, employed by somebody who's not nobility. This is going to be interesting,
Bastet is not
to
nobility.
say the least.
I kind of just assumed she was.
it's
Is she
I don't think so. I think she's I believe it's pronounced elected official.
Yes, Bastet doesn't give me the air of somebody who's born into wealth.
I completely agree.
Oh. Well, we've had elected officials, in quotation marks, quite a lot
Yeah.
from what I remember, but, well, they tend to be born into it, if you know what I mean.
I understand.
Yes, quite.
Anyway,
In any case.
Auntie, feels weird to say. I hope that you're okay. Please keep me updated, and I do what you want. I really don't think it's a good idea for. I've let Dad know that you're here, but I haven't told Lord Arthur, and I think maybe we should keep it that way.
I tend to agree. I'm really out of my depth with all of this time stuff, and I don't want to step on anyone's toes or make any mistakes, so I'm following your lead on this one. So I agree, I'll stay out of their way.
In that case, I think perhaps when you go to the outpost, a fake name might be useful.
Goodness, you're probably right. God, what would I call myself?
Like a spy.
Girtless.
Yeah, like a spy. Girtless.
It's a bit of
It's a strange name.
Delphi.
Listen, you have to name every NPC Girtless from now on.
What about Yara? I heard it in an old story once. I think it sounds nice.
Yara.
It's not too different from Iona, but
Is that not like a potato? Or a
is it
plant?
like a yam?
Yara root?
I don't know.
Some kind of plant, isn't it?
I know how much it pains you, but perhaps you shouldn't wear the crest.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm just.
Do people here even understand it anyway? I mean, you, Raina, you've lived here. Would you know who I was based on this?
I'm probably not the best person to ask.
But the city moves. The city could show up next to Techmet one day.
Wordlessly, she removes the crest, like from her tartan, and hands it to you, Toz, and says, "For safekeeping."
I'll give it back to you soon.
Yeah. Stay safe out there.
I'll do my best. Can't promise anything.
She pulls you into a big hug.
Yeah, Toz is like trying to hide the fact that she's crying.
Oh! Yeah, I think Iona's probably trying to hide the fact that she's crying a little bit as well.
It sounds like you're trying to hide the fact that you're crying.
Yay! How did you guess?
Do you two want my middle line?
No, there's no need
Soldiers
for that.
Soldiers don't worry about any of that. We're big girls.
That don't sound very healthy.
What's healthy about going into battle every day?
You got a point.
Stay healthy. Don't eat anything that the Dragonborn give you without knowing what it is, because it might be meat.
Oh, right.
And train Harley.
Harley, did you say their name was?
Yes, they, you didn't really ever get to train me like you were supposed to, so, maybe they'll be a good fill-in.
I suppose I'll have to do. Let me know as soon as you're back, okay?
Yes,
Remember
ma'am.
the barkeep, be very enthusiastic if that's a... If that's a recommendation. I do not know how that translates to fighting ability.
Enthusiasm can make a reckless soldier, but an eager student. So perhaps we'll make a patient soldier out of him yet.
I'm sure he'd love that.
Toz is just gonna sort of dip her trunk, do a proper, curtsy. And she can go. She's just gonna turn around and walk away.
Cool.
I'm also going to curtsy and
will,
then do a little awkward wave and then leave.
I will try to curtsy, but I don't do it very often. But I think Raina's getting better because she's tried this a couple times now,
Yeah.
and she's seen Morgan and Toz do it a lot. So
Yeah.
Toz will give her lessons if she asks.
she doesn't
She won't.
care that much.
Delphi is not going to do any of that rubbish. She's just going to walk away.
Yeah. Cool. Iona watches you all walk out.
Morgan is also going to look slightly regretfully at, Iona's things, but then remember that if necessary, Tozia now has Iona's time-travelled crest, so if I need a time-travel item from Iona, I have one.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it might be important.
For science.
Scientists, God, what?
Scientists.
The worst of the worst.
Before we get to the harbour, I think Raina's going to stop everybody and go, wait, and sort of just stand there and look at them for a little bit and just be like, no, this won't do. No. And just, and probably less so Delphi, but more so for Toz and Morgan, is going to be like, you two, you're too clean. They're not going to take you seriously. We've got to rough you up a little bit.
Wow!
Reluctantly unbuttons her fancy waistcoat.
Looks at Delphi as like, you will be fine. You are so... you might need to be more clean.
Morgan switches out her fancy waistcoat for her more utilitarian waistcoat.
You see, we've got a fine balance to do here, because we want them to know that I mean, you two are like upper class kind of people, so we want them to know that you've got money, but we don't want them to know you've got too much money, because then they might try and steal from you or murder you.
I'd like to see them try.
Is this acceptable?
Most people won't, but there's always the danger.
Okay, I dare them to try. Firstly, secondly, will this be acceptable? It's a little bit lived in now.
I suppose.
Not as shiny as it could be.
Wait, I'll just quickly and Raina would literally just reach up and put her hand. I mean, you're not that much taller than Raina, but she'll put a hand on Raina's hair, Raina, on Morgan's hair and just like muss it up a little bit and just be like, there we go.
Okay.
What do you want me to do?
Well, I mean, to be fair, you're pretty scary looking, so I don't think anyone's going to try and murder you. But
Thank you.
maybe just like, I mean, if you're happy with it, we could just like muddy your clothes a little bit, just look like you've been travelling, maybe. That sort of thing.
Sure.
I mean, you have been travelling, but yeah, somehow keeping impeccably clean. I don't know how you're doing it.
Yeah, I polish my armor every day.
People
Oh,
polish armor. I don't know. I've never worn armor. I'm wearing it now. Am I supposed to?
It's
polish
part
this?
of battle strategy.
Yeah,
You intimidate the enemy by seeming organized.
Is it not really for good maintenance?
Yes, also it keeps the armor lasts longer. I don't. Sure, she's just gonna kind of like sit down in the dust and like flop over.
I was gonna just, get some on my hands, but that works too.
The real question is: are you going to have a fake spy name, or are you going
Me?
to?
Oh, no one's gonna remember me.
Oh no, I mean Tosia, as opposed to Iona. Are you going to go in there as an affidale, or are you going to?
Yeah, I mean, my uncle doesn't really care what I do. He knows I'm with you guys. He knows where we're going, but he doesn't really know why. But they don't really care what I do this year.
Okay.
All right, I think we're good to go. Just like let me do the talking, all right?
I'll do my best.
okay.
We'll
So
waltz onto
you,
the harbour.
yeah, you head down to the harbour, and it's a busy day. And you can see there's sailors bustling to and fro. Some of them are kind of cargo ships, and others are very clearly military ships, and you can kind of see they're in better nick than the rest of them, and they're kind of stationed at the end. You can see one of them kind of like chugging out and leaving the harbour, going to go and do some like drills.
Are they steamships or sail ships?
Probably still sail ship.
That's a good question. Ellie was gonna say like sail ships because of the oldie timey aspect, but this is like somewhat industrial.
If you
so...
say there's steamships, we're never getting on a ship because Raina's going to be so distracted.
Aw.
Maybe they've got a few steamships that are the kind of the newest hot thing, but it's
I think
still
the
quite
military
expensive and
ships are
experimental.
steamships.
Some of the military ships might be, but almost none of the cargo, because it's really expensive to do steamships. They take a
that
lot of
makes
fuel,
sense.
whereas wind is free.
I
Wind
imagine
is
it's like
free.
there's one steam-powered like warship, and it's like the crown jewel of the navy kind of thing.
I think based on if like let's pretend
Let's make the allegory
Let's
that
say-
this is.
Let's pretend.
Yeah.
Is
Let's say
that
for
what we're doing?
argument's let's say for argument's sake that the equivalent of Attis Orbis is a nation in our world that's renowned for spending way too much money on the military when it doesn't necessarily need to.
Oh, I thought you were going
I
to say
think-
England because
I thought you were as well.
Yeah, because this is what England did.
It is
exactly what England
England. It is England, but I'm also thinking about the
Not
US
like the
defense
US.
budget.
Yeah.
I feel
mean-
like Attis Orbis has a US defense budget.
I mean,
Yeah,
England
but
would have only had such a huge navy because we're like an island.
Yeah,
So
at
the only way you could get to places was to sail.
Yeah, and at the
Yeah,
time,
like
they would have had a US level. The US was a British colony.
yeah, but
so
see,
it's like-
part of the problem with the US defense budget is they're not really at war in the same way, whereas all them boats were being
Tangent.
big tangent.
Tangent.
Big
Anyway,
tangent.
yes, tangent.
So you can see there's a variety of ships. There's mostly cargo ships, and then at the end there are some pristine metal boats, which I think Raina would be very distracted and distressed by. They're not steam powered; they are powered by some kind of arcane fuel. I won't go into that. That's the thing for another day. But you kind of search up and down for the ship that Bastet sort of suggested for you, the SS Rutherford, and it takes a while for you to kind of find it, and then when you find where it's supposed to be. There's like a little plaque. It's got like a parking spot, I suppose, that's permanently paid for. You can see that it is out. It's not in the harbour at the moment.
Just back in 10
yeah, back in 10. Yeah, so it's not there. There's like a couple of ships either side of it though, that are of a relatively decent size, and they are kind of like wooden sailing ships.
Right, so our options are, well, that one out there is the one that Bastet suggested. He's a military ship though. I'm a bit wary of the military ships. However...
Why? Why are you wary of the military ships?
Oh.
Well, they're the military. They're the one... I mean, you look at someone funny
Moving
and
on.
yeah.
What are our other options, do you think?
Well, there's plenty of cargo ships. The downside of the cargo ships is they've probably got specific places they need to be. They're not going to want to, and they're not going to want to go different places. Whereas if you're on a military ship, depending on what they're supposed to be doing, they might be more willing to sort of wait around or go
Was
on
the
a
island
tangent.
anywhere near any like fishing spots or
we were
specific
on a
ports,
cargo
or...
ship, so we were delivering stuff. So it was like, if we didn't go on a tangent, we just spotted it. So it would have been on the route then, but they might have changed the routes now. They change all the time.
Can you point on this fantasy map that I pull out from my pocket where it is, and then in character we can have a discussion about where we will find a boat, and then we will go and find one of their boats?
Absolutely.
As you're doing this,
What's the conclusion, DM? Where should we look for? What boat should we look for?
As you're kind of poring over this map, the boardwalk kind of thunks behind you, and a voice says, "Oi! If you guys aren't going to get on a boat, can you get out of the way, please?"
What?
Wait a second.
Sorry, we're just having a discussion.
Raina, be quiet. Let the man get on the boat. I want to see what he does.
This is no man.
Oh,
Don't
sorry.
gender my tabaxi before I've given them a chance.
That showed you.
I'm going to gender your vaccine if you're not careful. And that is a threat.
I can't remember what you just said, Raina.
I said, I'm sorry, we're just having a bit of a discussion. We get out your way.
Yeah, why are you having a discussion on a boardwalk? I've got a ship to patch up.
Well, what?
We want to get on a ship. We just don't know which ship to get on.
We're trying to find
Morgan.
some passage.
Guys, I just... Hold on a second. Toza's just going to step back and, like, gesture for the person to go on the ship that is not there.
Oh, no, they get on the ship next to the ship that's supposed to be there. Sorry, that would have been much cooler, but no.
I thought it was like a submarine situation.
No,
you know what? You have to be able to
Unfortunately
see a
not.
submarine in order to get on it. You can't just. You don't swim onto.
Unless you're a very
submarines.
good swimmer, but I don't think the tabaxi would be because of cats.
Cats are really good swimmers.
You say this, they're also sailors.
That would have been much
but
much
under the
cooler.
water.
Than what I've got planned. But what I've got
So
planned
what's
is
the
not that.
ship?
It's a medium-sized cargo vessel. And the black tabaxi that has been kind of like muscling their way through you guys turns around and says, "Did you all say something about a ship?" Deck of Many Aces is Am Chisholm, Chloe Elliott, Eiriol Evans, Katie McLeod, and me, Ellie Webster. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Deck of Many Aces, and tweet at us with the hashtag DOMA. If you liked the show, then please consider leaving us a review. That can be done on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Podchaser. Are you potentially, perchance, interested in some merchandise? mayhaps? I hate myself, why did I say it like that? We are currently looking into doing some merch, and we don't want to do it without your input. If you want a say in what kind of designs we'll be doing, how much they're likely to cost, whether you'd like them to be potentially hand-printed by one of the members of the cast, you can have your say on all those things and more if you look at our survey. The survey will be both in the episode description and it is our current pinned tweet on Twitter. So it's a Google form. Go fill that out. It'll take like 2 minutes. We really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who has filled it in so far. We are reading your responses and it's very exciting. Whoever said that they want dice, I see you. I feel you. We'll see what we can do. Haha! Now, let's move on to our phenomenal cast members and what they are up to. First off is Am, who you can find regularly on A Rendezvous with Destiny, our sister podcast. She has also started Date Night Drive-In with her partner Will. And finally, she's going to be on the next series of Brain Adventures, the Defectives Club, which I just think they've wrapped on recording and is going to be coming out in late May, I believe, so keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. Secondly, Chloe. Obviously, you can listen to Chloe's music just by sitting in and listening to this podcast. Or, if you want a little bit more of that good Doma soundtrack content, you can find it on Spotify, Deezer, and anywhere else that you stream music. If you want to see and hear more of Chloe, she can be found on Dragon's Duel doing the Shattered Realm, which is on both Twitch and in podcast form, so depending on how you like to consume your TTRPG content, there are methods for you! Speaking of Twitch, if you enjoyed watching Twitch streams, then you should watch her regularly stream several times a week at Chloe_with_the_flow. She plays a variety of games, and it's great! I've already spoken to you about our Acast supporter link, so I won't go on about it too much, but we always really appreciate every donation, and the fact that we actually have like a small pot of money now means that we can think about things like advertising and merchandise, and maybe even a website, if we're lucky. All of these things and more are possible because of your support. We really, really appreciate it. That's all from us for this week. Next episode will be coming to you on April the 1st. Yeah, we will see you then. Have an ace week. Bye!